Welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video I'll be sharing with you some of the things you can expect to see from the channel in 2022. 2021 was a great year, and thanks so much for all your support, for liking and subscribing. And just this week the channel's hit the 10,000 subscriber mark, so exciting, and it's all down to you. So thanks so much for subscribing and following the channel since it started. I've had a great time since the channel started, trying out lots of games, and I'm going to continue to focus on the games we've covered so far on the channel. So all the ones you like and you follow along with, that's going to continue. So nothing's really going to change. I'm just going to keep working towards some goals I've got to grow the channel, and then keep creating content about all the games that I'm into, that I'm playing at the time, and whatever I'm interested in, sharing that with you. I'm also pretty keen to try out some live streams, almost like some hobby hangouts. So if that's something you think you would watch and hang out with while I'm painting or even building some models and just talking about what I'm doing, then that would be kind of fun. And if you'd like to see it, let me know in the comment section below. So I thought in this video I could just go through some of the things I've got planned. I think it's pretty exciting. There's some fun stuff coming up, so give you a little heads up as to what you can expect. But also, before we do that, just have a quick look back over some of the key highlights of the previous year. So to start with, the first thing was the 1 year anniversary giveaway. So it was really cool to get to that first year, and I had great fun running the competition and then picking the winners through the different battles. So that was just awesome. Then the big step for me was to make a proper dedicated room for the channel and really start working at it. And it's been really awesome this year. As the channel's growing, I'm able to cut down on my freelance work as well, and so I can put more time and effort into the channel. So this year I'm hoping to reduce that even further and spend more time working on the channel and all the content for the different games. I was also really excited for Dominion. That was a great release. It really got me into Warhammer Age of Sigmar, moved on from Warcry, really focusing on more of the different factions and just getting a go at the game and trying to learn the rules and everything. I didn't really take to it like I thought I would though, but I'm not going to give up. I've got the Slaves to Darkness book to work on. I'm still working on that Stormcast army and Cruel Boys army. So yeah, we'll see how we go with that. And then there was Kill Team Octaris. This was great fun. The whole hype leading up to it, the getting the box, unpacking it, and then doing all the painting, going through the rules and playing it was really fun. And that's actually led me on to Warhammer 40,000. I thought I would really get stuck in with Kill Team a lot more, but it's actually made me look at 40k, and yeah, I've really enjoyed that so far. I also published my own book, Weekend Warriors, the ultimate tabletop skirmish game to play with your kids. So that was a big milestone. I was really happy to get that published, and so this next year we're going to see lots for the game. And then there was, of course, Warcry Red Harvest, the new box set. Fantastic set of models and terrain. So that was great. And then finally, for me, the Imperium magazine. I'm really enjoying it. It's been so cool getting it and learning how to play Warhammer 40,000 slowly. And yeah, it's really clicked with me, Warhammer 40k. I'm pretty hooked on it at the moment. So all round, a really great year with lots going on. So moving forward throughout 2022, there's a few key areas that I'll be focusing on to get started. I haven't got a solid plan for the year, and normally I'll just make videos about what I'm into at the time, what new games are coming out, that kind of thing. And because I'm interested in it, hopefully that comes across in the videos. And so I'll be doing much of the same this year, just focusing on the cool games that are great fun to play. But the first one that we'll be continuing with for sure is Warcry, my all-time favourite game, and we've got lots planned for that. So the release of Red Harvest was really great, and it's really inspired me to just crack on with that painting pile and get through it. I've almost finished painting the box set now. I've just got a few miniatures from the Tarantulas Brood to complete, and then we're all good to go. And then once I've done that, I want to do that playthrough with the awesome Red Harvest terrain and the rules that come with it. So the interactive rules in it are fantastic. And I was expecting a Tome of Champions 2022, so it's a bit weird really just not to get all that much content throughout the year, and just with the one box set really, that was the main thing. So surprised we didn't get more, because last December there was a load of releases, all different books and even some miniature sets. So I was surprised we only got the Red Harvest book, but I still want to do some things with Warcry, even though there's nothing new coming out. I think there's so much depth to it, and we've got so much included in all the books already that I don't think we really need to worry too much. But I was considering even tweaking the rules a little bit and seeing if we could go for a kind of sci-fi version, because I love the mechanics of the game. It's nice and simple, and almost thought it'd be cool to reverse the ranged and close combat weapons, so you've got more of a shooting game. And I just thought it'd be fun to write some abilities for some generic sci-fi factions, and then you could just use any models you like for it. But that's just one thing in the back of my mind. But I'd like to hear what you think about that idea. Do you like the rules mechanics enough to transfer it to a sci-fi game, or do you think it should just stick with Warcry in the fantasy world? But yeah, let me know. But as far as Warcry goes, there's plenty to be getting on with, so I want to dive a bit more into some of the campaigns and put that across. Certainly, as the year goes on, I do get more time, I will be wanting to start doing some more battle reports and things like that. But they're the longest kind of taken video that I make, so I really need to free up a bit more time if I'm going to do that regularly. But I think that'd be great fun to do. This is going to be a big year for Weekend Warriors. My game I published back in November, so really excited about that. I've been doing one mission pack and one quest pack each month, so I'm going to continue developing that side of it. So there's going to be loads of missions and quests to go on for the sci-fi and fantasy worlds. I'm also going to finish off these solo rules. They're almost ready, and then they'll be published. And I'm also looking to create a large-scale battle rule set, and then that's going to be published as well. So those are the two things I really want to get done early on in the year. And then after that, I want to use Warhammer 40,000 and the Necron and Space Marine armies to kind of test out this large scale. So as that develops with the Imperium magazine, I can test those large battle rules. That's going to be awesome. And then also I want to work on an Age of Sigmar, the Stormcast Eternals army, and Slaves to Darkness, so we can try out the sci-fi and the fantasy versions of the battle game. So lots to work on that. And I've got a zombie series coming, and I've written loads of backstory for that already. This is something I did for almost like a Dungeons and Dragons style game, so I want to bring that to the Weekend Warriors format as well. So I'll be tweaking some of the rules that I wrote for that ages ago. I never published it, we just played it ourselves, so that's really cool. And yeah, so I've written a lot of that, and I'm just going to bring that and then publish that as a separate book, because there's going to be a lot going on with the zombie. And if you're a patron, that's going to be free, just like all the other content. Otherwise, you can buy it separately as well. I've done a bunch of videos for Weekend Warriors already, so if you want to see what it's all about and how to play it, those rules are already up on the channel, and you can get the book as a PDF or a printed version. But it's this guy, this is Bramble the Bard. He's going to feature in a lot of it as the year goes on. Great model. I got this on Etsy as a 3D print. Also this little fox dude as well. And so they're going to be some of the main characters in the fantasy side of it for what I call Brambleberry Bridge. So there's going to be lots going on with Bramble the Bard. And then I've got these miniatures from Northumbrian Tin Soldiers, and all these are going to be fitting in with different stories and different games as we play as well. So these are awesome. I've done a bunch of videos on these two, but not these particular miniatures. I'll be doing a video going through all of those really soon. I've recently done an unboxing of the Gnomes of Agauda's Deep, great box set, and also the Guardians of the Riverbank and the Goblins of Foggy Peak. They're going to be featuring heavily as well. Great models, and there's a video you can check those out already for. And these are all little metal miniatures, so real old school, and they real suit that kind of quirky setting that I'm going to be basing them all in. So yeah, really excited about this. Weekend Warriors is going to develop as the year goes on, and if you've joined Patreon already, then anything I publish, or if you join it after this, anything I publish for Weekend Warriors is going to be included in all the different perk levels. So whichever level you join at, you'll get all of that for free. One thing I'm really keen to do this year as well is focus on some other games, but more independent model makers. And so Northumbrian Tin Soldiers is going to feature a lot with Weekend Warriors, but there's also a collaboration coming up which I can't wait to share with you, so I'll be doing that soon. And I also want to collaborate with more independent model makers and then promote their work through the channel too. So if there's any you can recommend, please add it in the comment section below. That'd be awesome. A big part of the game that I really want to focus on as well this year is crafting terrain. And I've got a bunch that I made ages ago and just played with it with no real rules. Just me and my son used it for fun with like different models and soldiers and things. And so I really want to use this in Warhammer 40,000 and use it in maybe even Age of Sigmar, but certainly in Weekend Warriors. So I built this like city, and I want to turn this into like a waste city. I don't know whether to go for a desert like abandoned city or something like that. I think that might be quite fun to do it in a totally different color rather than just going all grey. And you can see this all made out of foam, so nothing new here, but I think it would be great to like get it finished and actually feature it in some battle reports. So we've got an old church there. I've also done all this like rough rocky terrain, and we've got the little trees you can see stuck in there too. And this is just chipped away at some thicker pink foam, and this is all modular. You can stack it up and rearrange it however you like. And I got these trees from like a model railway kind of thing, and then you can just pop them in, and this is going to be really cool. Make it some like rugged mountains, almost like the mountains you see going up the side of the fjord and that kind of thing. So that's my plan. And you can see here's brambles. These are tiny trees, but I think it'll still work. It'll look good. And then I'll put some like tea leaves or herbs on the base with some twigs and little bits of things just to make it a bit rougher. Put some rocks in there as well. You can see it next to the Corvus Cabal. And yeah, the trees are tiny. It's going to have to be like a miniature woods, but I think it'll be all right. And then with the Space Marine too, it gives you a good idea of what it could look like. And then I got some of these mats, real old school way of doing it, that I thought I'd give that a try. Might be quite fun. And then all these are made, I was going for like an underwater theme, but I'm going to change them to like frost crystals almost. So I'll go over them with some base paint. I tried to just use emulsion and it was a big fail. But you can see on that previous terrain, I've used like black paint, and that was garage floor paint, and that's perfect for sealing things in. And for the amount you buy, it's like £20 for 2.5 litres. It lasts a long time. And so rather than using Mod Podge, use that garage floor paint, and it's really like seals it all in. You can just spray and do anything you like over it. So I'll be getting a grey version and using that as my base because black's a little bit strong. And then I'll do these as like ice crystals coming out of the ground. So that could be really fun, especially for the next thing I've got planned. So lots of terrain, gonna get all that finished, and that's a really big plan and something I'm really excited to do because I like making and building things and crafting. So that's something I want to add on a frequent basis because it's a big part of the Weekend Warriors game too, crafting things out of junk models and stuff like that. And now we're on to the final and perhaps the biggest project or the biggest challenge I've set myself so far. I think this is going to be awesome fun. I've always wanted to build and collect a large army, but just never got on with the rules for 40k. But now I'm right into it. I'm really having fun. So I thought it'd be great to build an army, and I chose to do the Space Wolves. So I'm a big fan of Vikings and wolves and crows, even runestones. So I thought these are perfect. They got so much character, and I'm going with just an all firstborn army. So no Primaris, going old school, and just using all the characters. I'll come up with my own lore and everything and design backgrounds and stories for all the different characters. So that's going to be a huge part of it, and it's going to be great fun. I also thought this would be a really cool way to celebrate hitting that 10,000 subscriber mark. It's a real big milestone for me. I'm really happy to get there. Again, thanks so much for helping me do it. And yeah, I wanted to do something cool to celebrate and set a challenge for this new year to kick things off in style. So I'm going to see if I can build and paint and do the basing and everything, even the backgrounds and the stories for the different characters for 3,000 points worth of Space Wolves. And so it's going to be a huge challenge. It might take longer than 30 days, but I'm just going to keep going until it's finished anyway. But definitely going to be 30 days in a row doing something every day, and I'll document the whole thing here on the channel. So this is something I've been looking for on YouTube, really, to follow someone who started an army right from scratch, covering every aspect of it, from designing, choosing the models, putting them together, choosing the weapons, talking about all the different ways you can put them together, tactics and background and lore as well. So I thought I couldn't find exactly what I was looking for with that whole complete story from start to finish. And so I thought I'd do it and give it a go myself and then film the whole kind of thing, like a diary almost every day, put a video up of my progress. So I think it's going to be really fun, and I can't wait to share that with you. And here you can see some of the sets I've bought already. I've got one more delivery coming tomorrow. Then I've got everything I need to get started. So I'll be making a video tomorrow, which will be video 1 of this series, which will show you exactly what I've got and what's going to be happening with it. So I'll go into a lot more detail tomorrow. But I've got the Space Wolves Codex. I've been going through that. It's brilliant. I'm loving it. And so, yeah, we'll be going through all the books. I'm also going to make like a set piece of terrain that's going to be almost the home of the Space Wolf. So I'm going to use some of this white polystyrene and craft a huge mountain behind it, as if it's like a mountain kind of fortress almost. So that's the plan. So we'll be doing that as well. So there's a lot going on. This is going to be a full-on 30 days, and you can see some of the sets here, but I'll be going into it in a lot more detail tomorrow. And then once I've built it all, I'm going to do a how to play Warhammer 40,000 rule series, much like I did with Warcry and with Kill Team as well. So it'll be really in-depth, really detailed, and a series taking you through in like slow time, showing you exactly how to play as well. So that's going to be really fun. A lot of work, but I can't wait. And this next 30 days I've blocked off so I can just put loads of effort into this as well. So it's going to be really interesting to see how much I can get done in that time. But there's a few rules. I can't quit. I've got to do something every day, and I can't buy any more models until I've finished it. So that's the main thing. So yeah, it's going to be brilliant, and you can find out all about this tomorrow. So once again, Happy New Year for 2022. I hope you've got lots planned for your hobby too, and I can't wait to see what you're up to. So let me know in the comment section below what you've got going on this year. Are you focusing on a new army, or what have you got planned? So let me know. I'd love to hear about it. But thanks again for all your support from the last year and since the channel started, and to getting me to the 10,000 subscribers. It's so cool, and I'm so grateful for all your support and you for liking and subscribing along the way too. I'd like to say a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters who make these daily videos possible, and if you're interested in joining the community, it'd be awesome to see you there, and I'll put a link for that in the description down below. But for now, thanks so much for watching. Please like if you like it, subscribe for more videos like this, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to join me next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games.